Alright, welcome back, Crazy Killers. So, this video has been long overdue. I've had many questions on, like Celestial here, I've had many questions on how to maximize your CP. Right now, I am number 4. Wow, Kudos has overtaken me. Anyway. So, the best way to maximize your CP growth, and how I learned this from Bataka, which is our number 1. The best way for you to maximize your CP, first off, you want to upgrade your residential buildings. And now what that's going to do is when you do your, when you do your 5 free taxes every day, you'll get a 10 times bonus at the end of every 10 times that you tax. Well, like me, I'm going to get 680 trillion at the 10th tax. Which means I can, while I'm doing that, once I tax my stuff, I can now upgrade my training time. Right? Stay with me. What that training time is going to do is make it where I can train level 33 tanks in 3 hours a piece. Now, keep in mind, I'm making 12 level 33 tanks every 2 hours. 3 hours, my bad. Now, this works for just about anybody. 3 days ago, I do believe, I was at like 100 billion or so when Bataka shared this information with me. And as you can see, I am now 56 trillion. So, I mean, really, it's not a big spending thing. I kind of just, rushed into this when I first started and just blew more money than it was worth, instead of actually thinking about it like Bataka did. Really, this game is based off of numbers, which takes me back to the tax point. The higher residence your buildings are, the better buffs will be. And the greater a residence buff, the more coins it produces from taxes. So pretty much, how you're going to get the coins for your research is just merging all your fancy residents. And now, what I normally do is, during the day, when I am on the most of the time, I won't have anything producing in any of these. Unless it's like over here in the marine, because that takes up no space. But for the most part, I won't be training and producing stuff because I'll be working on maxing out these. Most of the time during the night, I can anywhere from double to triple my power. Especially if I've been able to get a couple levels into the training up here. It also doesn't hurt to upgrade your repair workshop. Now what that repair workshop's going to do is it's going to add, every time you upgrade it, it's going to add 1 AFK slot. Now what this is going to do is, say the attack that we took from Saga the other night, that's going to pretty much heal your, starting from, like, say, for me, it would start healing my level 39 tanks first. Pretty much, the first things that would go in there is your highest level stuff, which means when you get zeroed, like most of you did, when you get zeroed, you won't lose very much. Now, another thing to help boost your CP is you need to start doing these areas. I think I'm on area 21. You need to start unlocking all your areas. What happens when you unlock your areas is it's going to give you 2 free units, I think 1 or 2 levels above what you currently have. So say like me, on the next one I do, when I unlock 39, it should in fact give me 2 level 40 or 2 level 41 tanks. I'm not 100% sure. Another thing, if you have a little bit of money to spend, on your, on your daily supply, right, there will be 2 unit things in this store. It'll be one that is 1 level above your, English is hard at almost 1 o'clock in the morning. What that's going to do is just like $4 in total every day. And what that's going to do is give you 1 unit. The 99-cent one's going to give you 1 unit, 1 level above your current tech level. What the $2.99 one's going to do is give you something 2 levels above. Now, when it comes to CP, what gives you the most CP and what does the best CP wise is going to be your ground unit. If you look in my research, my land forces are like 2 or 3 levels above my Navy and Air Forces because of the fact they give you more power for the same level stuff. That's why I'm able to jump, like, in a little bit, probably 6 hours from now, I'll be 60 or 70 trillion. Just because of the fact I've got land forces. So when you're setting your base up, what I would recommend is use the same thing that Batak does. I would do 12 land forces, I would do 8 air forces, and I would do 8 navy forces. I wouldn't do any more, I wouldn't do any less. Because of the fact, if you do any more, you're going to kind of be like me. I didn't focus my gems when I first started buying. I didn't focus my gems on upgrading my garages, which was a bad thing on me. What you should do, for free players, what you should do is you should upgrade your garages. What that does is that makes it where your garages can hold more, where they can hold more in your garages. That way you can have more ground forces, more air forces, more navy forces. You can have more of them out on the map. Plus the like 40 or 50 you can have in your garage. And it just makes it where you'll be able to gain more CP every night. I think that's actually it for... That's really the basics on how to do your CP. For people who purchase the weekly card, which is $5 and it gives you 600 gems every day. Another way you can maximize your gold is if you buy the 20 gold things that you can buy for 5 gems a piece. That usually gives me like 5 AA gold every day. Another thing is you can use your gold chest, which you get doing the bump or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. But other than that, that's really all the tips and tricks I can think of off the top of my head for you guys to upgrade your power. Now, another thing I want to just go ahead and throw out there for the people that's going to be watching this. Right now, our power minimum is going to be 50 billion. Just because of the fact, excuse me, just because of the fact we're at 50 members, we don't really have room for the people that's going to be offline and the people that has an M after their power CP. So what I'm doing is I'm giving all of y'all till Saturday the... Let's see, Saturday the 8th? 8th, maybe? I think it's the 8th. Saturday the 8th, the power requirement is going to be all 50 billion. If you are not at that 50 billion, which is the people in rank 1, which I need to go change some of this in a minute, but the people who are in rank 1, you're at the most threat. People in rank 2, that's going to be anywhere from 50 billion to 500 billion. Y'all are the next in line. And then rank 3s, y'all really don't have to worry about anything. But that's all I got for y'all. And as always, keep it crazy.